East Surrey Hospital boss Michael Wilson has been in discussion with the potential developer of a garden village on the Redhill Aerodrome site, hoping to secure homes for key workers if the development goes ahead. Tandridge District Council will confirm on July 3 whether or not it plans to build thousands of homes on the Greenbelt airfield. However, any planned Reigate and Banstead Borough Council had to add another 2,000 homes there is now in doubt, after the new council leader pointedly set out his opposition to housing on the land. Mr. Wilson wants to ensure the new settlement, of which the hospital would be a close neighbour, will provide homes for vital hospital staff, and be built with the health and longevity of the population in mind. What a ride! D-Day for Garden Village. Suspicious plays M25 pain. The creation of an entirely new community, which could potentially be the size of Caterham, also presents a fantastic opportunity to build those desperately needed homes with crucial healthcare infrastructure built in, Mr. Wilson said. A consortium led by developer Thackham has proposed a new garden community of 6,000 to 8,000 homes, including all through schooling and an M23/A23 link road. We have been working with the developer to make sure of a couple of things, said Mr. Wilson. Firstly, to make sure any development is developed around the concept of healthy towns, making sure there is enough green space, enough green walkways, making sure it is fit for purpose and good for people's health. Aerial view of Redhill Aerodrome. Image, Redhill Aerodrome, but finding homes for the much-needed hospital staff, such as a porter who earns £17,000, in an area of expensive housing is key. If they are going to build, we are very keen to get key worker housing for staff and their families, he said. It is going to be a growing problem. If you look into the future, high-tech jobs are all going to change. There will be more low-tech jobs, and those people are going to need somewhere to live. We are always looking to recruit healthcare assistants, porters, cleaners. Number of patients waiting in Surrey. Have to address the issues around key worker housing, Mr. Wilson says. Another big attraction for building homes on a mass scale is the opportunity to address the huge issue of the growing elderly population. We are going to have to keep people at home for longer, he said. We are going to have to put the technology into those homes, otherwise people will end up in care homes or hospitals. It is a fantastic opportunity to get it right, wherever it is, he added. Michael Wilson says new homes for NHS staff are vital. Image, Robert Streeter, Surrey Mirror. As I look out of my window now I see green fields. I don't mind where they build it. We have got a growing population, an aging population, we have got a massive shortage of housing, and we have to find a workforce from somewhere, yet many are vehemently against developing the land, including Reigate MP Crispin Blunt. The aerodrome straddles the border between Tandridge and Reigate and Banstead councils. Both planning authorities are in the latter stages of formalizing their local plans, the key document which outlines where houses are to be built in the future. The two authorities have a duty to cooperate, and the construction of homes on the Reigate side of the border would be dependent on the Tandridge plan, and crucial infrastructure such as the link to the M23 going ahead. The Garden Village proposal is central to Tandridge's current plans. Meanwhile, Reigate and Banstead Borough Council has named the aerodrome as the only safeguarded site for housing from 2027 in its Development Management Plan (DMP), which is the second half of the local plan and which was submitted to the Planning Inspectorate last month. However, the new leader at Reigate Town Hall, Mark Brunt, used his debut speech as leader to pointedly reject any development at the aerodrome. He said, "While I can't talk about what Tandridge may or may not do, I can confirm that I do not support plans for development of housing on the Redhill Aerodrome site," and you can quote that. Planes on the ground at Redhill Aerodrome. Those words piqued interest among his councillors and led Green member for Redhill East, Jonathan Essex, to suggest a U-turn is in the offing. He said, if Mark Brunt is serious about this U-turn from the council, then they should remove this site from being safeguarded for house building when the council presents its plan to the government's planning inspector, and withdraw its support to the Tandridge plans under duty to cooperate. The former would require alternative sites in urban areas and higher density targets, which we have proposed in our response to the Council's later consultation, so more housing can be fit in existing and new urban sites, changed government policy, or building on another site instead. What is not clear from Mark's statement is what his alternative plan is. An independent planning inspector will now be appointed to conduct an examination into the Council's DMP, which will include public hearings in late summer.